Solve inequalities by multiplication or division. When you multiply or divide each side of an inequality by a positive number, the inequality remains true. However, when you multiply or divide each side of an inequality by a negative number, the direction of the inequality must be reversed for the inequality to remain true. So let's highlight this part. The main thing you have to take from this one is that when you multiply or divide each side of an inequality by a negative number, then you have to change this inequality sign, reverse it. Let's see an example in here. Solve t over negative 6 is less equal than negative 4. Then graph the solution set on a number line. Okay, let's rewrite it. T over negative 6 less equal than negative 4. The idea is leave the t, my variable, in one side and the number in the other one. So in order to get rid of the negative 6, I'm going to multiply both sides by negative 6. I'm multiplying here by negative 6. Okay? And this is for the purpose of eliminating this 2 when you divide. And then you have the t greater equal than negative 4 times negative 6 is positive 24. You see that since I multiply by a negative number, now I reverse the inequality to the other side. So my solution is t greater equal than 24. If I draw it in a number line, then I put my 24 here. And my t's in this line needs to be greater or equal than 24. So since they are equal to 24, my ball here is painted full and they need to be greater than 24, so it goes to the right. All the t's greater or equal than 24 is going to be solution of my inequality here. Example number 2, I have 4/5 of x minus 5 smaller than 23. I'm going to rewrite it. 4/5 of x minus 5 smaller than 23. Okay, so the first thing I know is that my 5 is bothering here. I'm gonna first start to eliminate the 5 by adding 5 in both sides, because the 5 here is subtracting. So I'm gonna add 5 here. I'm gonna add 5 here. I'm gonna do my line, vertical line here. So vertically, I'm gonna start adding. Negative 5 plus 5 is 0, and I have the leftovers 4/5 x smaller than 23 and 5, 28. So I have x alone in the left side. No, not yet. So I have to eliminate the 4/5 by multiplying this by the reciprocal of 4/5. That is 5/4. Both sides, 5/4. Very good. I did this because I can eliminate the 5/5, and the 4/4 is 1, and x smaller than 28 divided by 4 is 28 times 5/4. I can do 28 divided by 4. That is 7. So x smaller than 28 divided by 4 is 7 times 5. And 7 times 5, how much is it? 35. So x smaller than 35. This is my solution for this inequality here. So now I'm going to draw it. I'm going to do the line here. I'm going to put 35 here. And x needs to be smaller than 35. Can be 35? No. That's what I'm going to do. Instead of doing a dot and painting inside, this is a hollow ball, and the arrows points to the left, because everything that is smaller than 35, meaning at the left to 35, is going to satisfy this inequality. Solve each inequality, then graph the solution on a number line. The first one, 3a greater than 12. I'm going to rewrite it 3a greater than 12. This is my a. My incognita or unknown is my a, and I have to leave it alone in the left side. Since a is being multiplied by 3, I have to get rid of the 3 and divide by dividing, because the 3 is multiplying. So I'm going to divide by 3. Both sides, remember, both sides. So this goes away, and a is greater than 12 divided by 3 is 4. This is my solution. A needs to be greater than 4. So in my line, I look for the 4 here. Here's 4. Since it's greater, cannot be 4. Since it cannot be 4, I make a ball here that is hollow, or a dot, hollow dot, and go to the right. It needs to be greater than 4. All these numbers, 5, 6, 7, 8, are good to plug in here, and you're going to have numbers greater than 12, meaning satisfy this inequality. If you choose 4, it's not going to satisfy because this needs to be greater. But these numbers to the right, all of them are going to satisfy this equation. Let's solve some word problems involving inequalities by multiplication or division. And the first one, 20 needs more than 51 cubic feet of soil to top up his raised garden. Each bag of soil contains 1.5 cubic feet. Write and solve an inequality to find how many bags of soil 20 needs. So it says here more than, you know that we can write it as an inequality. More than is this symbol, correct? If 20 needs more than 51 cubic feet, and each bag contained 1.5 cubic feet, and each bags of soil 20 needs. Okay, 1.5 cubic feet is each bag. So bags, I'm going to put B as the number of bags of soil times how many cubic feet per bag, 1.5. This number of bags times the cubic feet per bag needs to be more than 51. More than 51 cubic feet. So this is going to be my inequality. B times 1.5, or if I can write it another way, I can do 1.5. B greater than 51. This is my inequality. Now I need to solve it. So the usually way we know how to do that, that is by getting rid of the 1.5. I have the B here. Since 1.5 is multiplying, I'm going to divide both sides by 1.5 divided by 1.5. Okay, then I divided B equals greater than 51 divided by 1.5, and this is going to give me the number of bags of 1.5 cubic feet that 20 needs to buy to have more than 51 cubic feet. For problem number 2, Becky wants to buy some fish for her aquarium. She has $20 to spend and the fish costs $2.50 each. Write and solve an inequality to find how many fish Becky can afford. Okay, the maximum money she has is $20 and each fish costs $2.50. So the number of fish, I'm going to call F, times the dollar per fish times 250 cannot surpass the amount she has. So cannot be greater, or can be equal to 20 but cannot be greater than 20. That means that needs to be smaller than 20 or equal to 20. So this is going to be my equation. 250 times the number of fish, this is the cost per fish, needs to be smaller or equal than $20. That is the total amount she has. So again, in order to eliminate the 250, I'm going to divide both sides by 250. Correct? This goes away, and F is less or equal than 20 divided by 250, that is 8. And this is my solution. She can afford 8 or less than 8 fish with the total amount of $20.